Hello and welcome again to Andy and Katie's allotment. As you know, I'm Andy, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Andy and Katie's allotment. We'd love you to subscribe and to follow us on our journey. So if you like what you're watching, if you've been following us so far, then spread the word. If you like what you've seen for the first time, then please press that subscribe button. What I'm doing today is I've been and got my potatoes, my seed potatoes, ready for the first part of the growing process. Now, there's two schools of thought as to whether this part is needed. It's what we call chitting. And what it is basically is getting the potatoes in a position where they're sprouting, ready before they go into the ground. Some people don't bother, some people just put them straight into the ground as they are. But I think there is something in the fact of getting them that little bit further on, so that when we put them in the ground, sort of, well, late March, early April, or mid-April in the case of the main crop potatoes, then it just gives them that little bit of a head start. So as you can see here, I've got three bags of seed potatoes. All look quite similar. Now, there's three different sorts of potatoes, so that you get a harvest for a longer part of the year. So we've got some blue, the ones in the blue packet here are what we call first early. So they, as the name suggests, are the earliest of all the potatoes, and they mature and crop first. And the variety that I've chosen is a really early one called Rocket, and that's what I've chosen to do for my first earlies. So then they will probably, I would expect, start cropping in late June, I would say, if they're a reasonably early one. Then we've got the second earlies in the orange packet here, and these are a variety called Kestrel. Not one I've used before, not one I've heard of really, but I'm giving those a try. And then we've got a staple main crop potato, and so they're later in the season, so they probably don't start to become ready until about late August, early September probably, but they have a better storage facility capacity, so a storage capacity, so you know, they will last for longer if I store them in the right way, in sacks. So as I say, we've got first earlies, second earlies, and main crop. So going back to what we were saying about chitting, I've got a potato here that I'm going to show you. Now, the chits, as they call them, are the little sprouts, and this one's already started to sprout. So they're going to turn into the stems and the roots of this potato, and eventually, obviously, from those, from the roots, are going to be the new potatoes. So the stronger we can get these chits, the stronger that we can get these sprouts, then the better and probably the more productive this potato will be. This one's a first early. This one's one of the Rocket potatoes. So as far as I know, these are exactly the same as normal potatoes. They're just treated to stop them from being diseased. I think that's the only real benefit of having proper seed potatoes as opposed to try keeping your own. I think you can do your own, but it's just if obviously if that seed potato isn't 100% healthy, then potentially you're going to you know, be struggling to get a good crop. So as I say, these are the chits, these little noggins here. that are going to turn into either the roots, which will obviously go downwards, and the stems, which will go upwards. So you can see this one here, if I hold it right up to the lens, has got some the tiny sproutings of a leaf. So that's going to be obviously a stem rather than a root. So yeah, so that's where we go from there. So how do we chit the potatoes? Traditional way is in an egg box like this. So basically what we do is we get the bag of potatoes, and with the chits upwards, we just put them in like that. And that one, again, see the little chits at the top of that one, so that faces upwards. And another one, chits facing upwards, and so on, and so on, until the egg box is full and the potatoes are there ready. And then what I'll do with them, once I've got an egg box, full, is what will happen is I can either use this the lid part as well to put some more in if I'm running out of space. But then what I'll do is I've got these trays, these old mushroom trays, and what I'll do with them is I'll put the egg box with the potatoes in each one, and then I think I've got 2 or 3 of these. I could stack them up, and then where they need to go somewhere warm, and they need to go somewhere light. So as I say, that's where we go from there. I'm not sure exactly. It will be a case of how warm it is and how light it is, I suppose, as to how quickly they will chit. But as I say, I don't want them to go too mad, because I'm not going to be putting them in till sort of April time anyway, because that's when the planting season is. So that's where we are with those. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to sow some peppers and some aubergines, so please have a look at that video too. Okay, happy gardening.